At the peak of his career with 2 UFC titles and the world watching Ilia Topuria suddenly stepped away from the Octagon. What followed wasn't about fights, belts, or rankings, but about personal accusations, media headlines, and claims he says are not true. Tonight, we break down what really happened, why Topuria went silent, and why he is now speaking out against what he calls fake news. Ilia Topuria had a historic year in 2025. He became the 10th fighter in UFC history to win championships in 2 different weight divisions, cementing his status as one of the sport's elite. But instead of preparing for his next title defense, Topuria made a surprising announcement late last year. He would be taking a hiatus from the UFC. The reason was not injury, it was personal. Because of his absence, the UFC created an interim lightweight title. While fighters like Paddy Pimblett and Justin Gaethje prepare to compete for that belt, Topuria's attention has been focused far away from the Octagon. Behind the scenes, he has been dealing with the fallout from his split with his ex-wife and the serious allegations that followed. As reports about his personal life began circulating, Topuria publicly claimed that he was the victim of attempted extortion. According to him, abuse accusations were made after disputes over financial demands during their separation. Initially, Topuria said he would not make further public statements. But that changed when he says false information began spreading in the media. Recently, Topuria returned to social media to address what he described as fake news, published by one media outlet. That outlet claimed he had been summoned to court to testify in a domestic violence case. Topuria strongly denied that claim. In his statement, he said he has always been grateful for the respectful treatment he has received from most of the media throughout his career. However, he acknowledged that being a public figure also means being exposed to misleading headlines designed to generate clicks. He explained that the headline claiming he had been summoned to testify in a domestic violence case was false and later had to be changed. According to Topuria, he has never been summoned to court for that reason, though he stated he would cooperate fully if ever required. He then clarified the real reason for the court summons. Topuria said the legal matter is related only to a family and administrative issue involving his daughter and plans concerning her travel outside of Spain. He also revealed that he has not been able to see his daughter for 4 months, despite repeated attempts. Topuria emphasized that while he accepts the cost of public exposure, that does not justify spreading unverified information distorting facts or involving matters related to a minor who deserves protection. Toward the end of his statement, Topuria once again explained his version of how the situation began. He said the conflict started after he filed for divorce following weeks of negotiations after their separation. According to Topuria, after he refused to accept what he described as completely unreasonable financial demands, an abuse complaint was filed weeks later, something he claims he had previously been threatened with. He noted that the matter is now being reviewed by the courts. Topuria closed his statement with a clear message to the media. He asked for the same respect and journalistic rigor that he says most outlets have always shown him, and for them to stick strictly to the facts. Because as he put it, the truth follows only one path. For now, Ilia Topuria remains away from the Octagon not because of a lack of competition, but because of a personal battle playing out in public view. As the legal process continues, the UFC lightweight champion insists on one thing above all else: accuracy, fairness, and respect for the truth. Whether and when he returns to fighting remains unknown, but one thing is clear: this is a story still unfolding.